Welcome back to another edition of Not Just Giants. I'm Matt, and today we're going to preview this Week 8 Giants-Jets matchup. Let me start off by saying, if you're looking for some kind of shootout, this ain't it. The Jets have a very good, deep defense, which, like the 49ers, is adept at rushing with 4, comes at their opponents in waves, especially along the front 7, and excellent young corners in DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. Meanwhile, the Giants' defense, though not as widely praised as the Jets', is playing its best football right now after holding the high-flying Bills to 14 points and Washington to 7. While filling in for the injured Aaron Rodgers, Jets QB Zach Wilson has thus far been neither good nor terrible, and the same can be said for his beleaguered offensive line, which has been solid at run blocking for budding star running back Breece Hall and poor at pass protection for Wilson. If the Giants D can manage to keep Hall under wraps and get the Jets into long down and distance situations, it will likely be a long day for this Jets offense, as the G-men should be able to pick up where they left off against Washington, where they more than doubled this season's sack production, with 6 against the Commanders. Look for Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, and Kayvon Thibodeaux to eat again in this game, and for Wink Martindale to dial up a ton of pressure and exotic looks to befuddle Zach Wilson. In the Giants secondary, despite giving up a couple of long completions, rookie Tay Banks played solidly last week against All-Pro receiver Terry McLaurin and will need a similar performance or better to limit Jets' #1 wide receiver Garrett Wilson. Look for Zach to target Garrett early and often. Meanwhile, although this Giants offense has been showing signs of life with improved play across the board, O-line, QB, running back, tight end, and receiver, they still only scored 23 points in their last 2 games and remain dead last in the league in scoring. I'd therefore be surprised if going against this outstanding Jets defense they'll be able to top 20 points. On the injury front, left tackle Andrew Thomas is doubtful, but center John Michael Schmitz, who'll have his work cut out for him against Jets All-Pro defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, is likely back from his shoulder injury. Lack of O-line protection can be a game wrecker in this contest, so let's hope the Giants can continue the trend of solid protection they've shown in the previous 2 games. Daniel Jones has continued to practice, but has still not been cleared for contact and is officially out for this game, which means at least 1 more week of Tyrod at the helm. During the preseason, rookie wideout Jalen Hyatt, who has been receiving more snaps and targets of late, especially deep down the field, was matched up one-on-one with Jet star cornerback Sauce Gardner and enjoyed some success. It'll be interesting to see if the Jets continue manning up Hyatt with Sauce. For the Giants to come away with a win in this game, other keys to victory on offense will be to keep turnovers to a minimum against the Jets D that is among the league's best at creating them, keep the offense on schedule by avoiding big negative plays, and staying up-tempo as much as possible in order to limit the Jets' ability to substitute along their deep and talented front 7. The Giants will also need to stay committed to the run game, as run defense has not been a strength for this 26th-ranked Jets run defense. An improvement in O-line run blocking and a big game for Saquon would be welcome. And when the Giants get into the red zone, they need to do a better job than they have thus far this season of coming away with points. In both the Buffalo and Washington games, the Giants left points on the field. Against the Bills, they came away with 0 points on 2 drives where they had the ball at the Buffalo 1-yard line, which was the difference between a win and a loss. And against the Commies, there was an uncharacteristic miss by kicker Graham Gano on a relatively short field goal and a red zone fumble by Saquon. If the Giants had come away with either a touchdown or a field goal in that game-ending situation, they would have iced the game. In a low-scoring, close game like I expect this one to be, the team that can limit mistakes and convert on whatever scant opportunities it gets to score is the one likely to emerge with the win. The Jets have the physical, strategic, and psychological edge in this game insofar as they're coming off a bye and should therefore be relatively healthy and comparatively well-rested, have had 2 weeks to game plan, but also in their last game, they managed to defeat the Giants' division rival and perennial Super Bowl contender, the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that the G-men have not been able to get over the hump against. Vegas has the 3-3 Jets as 2.5-point favorites against the 2-5 Giants. Almost surprised the spread isn't larger, and yet it's hard not to feel these Giants, who as the home team in this contest, may have turned a corner in their last 2 games, especially on defense. So I definitely give them a fighting chance of winning this game against their talented but offensively challenged crosstown rivals. I haven't made a lot of predictions this year, but I'll make one here. In a very physical, knockdown, drag-out Big Apple death match. In an upset, it'll be the G-Men over Gangrene, 16-13. Let's go!